Big Podcast.
It's Build a Big Podcast, the marketing podcast for podcasters. That's what I would have said if the name of this show was still Build a Big Podcast, but it's not. I changed it to Big Podcast Playbook. I will be back on a future episode to explain that, why, the process, and why now. Because you can change your name anytime you want to. I'm 700 episodes in, something like that. Why now? Well, I'll talk about that in the future. I'm in the middle right now of, let's call it the Spectre series. Josh Spectre, interesting guy, marketing guy, I guess you call him. And he wrote 8 things that will help you find your voice. I'm in the middle of those 8. We're going to talk about number 5 on this episode. Let's review first what the first 4 have been. He said, write what you're scared to write. I changed this for you as a podcaster. It's podcast what you're scared to podcast, speak what you're scared to speak. Leverage your experiences, that's number 2. Showcase your flaws is number 3. And number 4, stand out. If you want those episodes, you can find them. bigpodcast.com/subscribe. That's where to go. You got an iPhone, an Android, you want to listen via RSS, 1 click is all it takes for you to subscribe to the podcast and get those 4 episodes. Let's hit number 5. For you to find your voice, he says, ignore rules. There are none. That's all he says. A unique voice makes its own rules. Strangely enough, this is the 3rd episode that I have recorded today. 2 episodes of radio. I was talking about you have to know the rules before you can break them. You got to know, man. You can't just show up and think you can make your own rules. And yeah, it's all made up. Yeah, you can ignore it if you want to. But you can't ignore something if you don't know that it exists. You got to pay attention to the rules, man. There are certain things that your audience, your listeners in the case of a podcast, there are certain things that they expect. You may not be playing by the rules. They are. You want to break some of them? Yeah, do it. But be thoughtful about it. Think about driving. There's a reason in the United States that we drive on the right side of the road. You don't have to pay attention to that. Yeah, man, ignore the rules. Woo! Not going to work very long. You're going to be on the side of the road. Or worse, crashed into somebody else. Red lights, they mean something here. Green lights, they mean something here. In the rules of podcasting, your audience is expecting you to show up in a certain way. This podcast, this very episode that you're listening to, there's an introduction. There's the meat. There's a conclusion. People expect that. You expect that. When I was working in the music industry, I think I've told this story like 1,000 times. I met a lady, I guess a songwriter. I don't know what she was. And that's part of the story too. She's like, I'm the most creative person you've ever met. I'm not looking for creative. I'm looking for a hit song. You don't have to be the most creative. You need to be able to write a hit song. You need to be able to record it. You need to be able to perform it. You need to be a good hang. That's what we call somebody who can get along with people. That includes the people that you're performing to, the audience, they got to love you, and the people that you're around. Those are rules. So you can't just ignore rules. I disagree with Josh about this. With that said, can you break rules? Yeah, you can break rules. Rules that I break for podcasting? Well, for one, I just switched the name of this podcast after about 700 episodes. Is that a rule? Maybe. And we're all making it up. I'm going to get into this later, but I'm going to tease you with this. I saw it happen with a radio show that I was working on, and it got me thinking about it. I've got a new book coming out. It's going to be out a couple months from now. I've been saying that for 4 years. But for real this time. I'm going through the final manuscript. It's a launch plan book. I got to thinking about it as I'm writing the name of the podcast within the book. You know, I'll be out promoting this book. If I'm ever going to change it, this is a good time to do it. The book isn't out yet. It's a little bit early because now is the right time. Or is it? Ignore that rule. No, don't. Don't ignore rules. Know them. Choose to break them. That's how I would phrase that. If you want to hear more from me, you want the rest of these 8 things to help you find your voice, you can do that by going to bigpodcast.com/subscribe. I've already talked about it, but I'm going to talk about it again. 1 button is all it takes. 1 for iPhone, 1 for Android, 1 is an RSS feed. You can get this podcast wherever you get podcasts. Whenever I come out with a new episode, you will get that latest episode for free. You don't have to stay subscribed. You can unsubscribe at any time. we will remain friends. So go there right now before you forget, bigpodcast.com/subscribe, and I will see you on the next episode of Big Podcast Playbook. Thanks for listening. See you soon.